Papa Jess. Hello again, this is Papa Jess. Today we're gonna cook smoked spatchcock chicken. It's a very good recipe. So come, join me. Let's go! Using the kitchen shears, cut along each side of the backbone of the chicken. Remove the backbone and save it later to make the sauce for brushing onto the chicken. Open up the chicken and cut into the center of the cartilage and bone that is in between the breasts. You don't need to cut through the center bone, but I find that cutting a little split into this bone allows the chicken to flatten more easily. Now flip the chicken, breast side up, and press down to flatten. You will hear a cracking sound which basically tells you that you are doing it right. Spread the legs and thighs as seen here. Now, smoking the chicken will make the skin rubbery. That is why we need to sprinkle in some kosher salt all over the skin and inside as well. You can also lift the skin around the legs, the breast, to put in some kosher salt. Some people do a combination of salt and baking powder for a crispier skin, but in this cook, I just prefer to add kosher salt. After which, we place the chicken inside the Ziploc bag, seal it, and refrigerate for 24 hours. Now in my rub, I have onion powder, 1 tablespoon of paprika, brown sugar, black pepper, cayenne pepper, and a little bit of kosher salt. Now we mix all the spices together and put it in the rub shaker. Now here's the chicken which was left overnight in the ref. Take it out of the bag and lay it flat on the tray. Make sure you wipe it dry. Then drizzle with olive oil and make sure that all the sides are covered. Make sure there's oil inside the thighs, the wings, and on the other side of the chicken. Lay it flat and get your rub and sprinkle the rub all over the chicken. Start with one side. Make sure that everything is covered, the wings, the thighs, the breast, and on the other side also. Now when you're done, you set the smoker to 275 degrees Fahrenheit. Regarding the wood, there are lots of different types of wood that are great for smoking chicken. While hickory is always excellent, I am a huge fan of smoking poultry with fruit wood like apple or cherry. Well, pecan is also really good for smoking chicken. I placed apple and cherry wood chips inside the smoker beside the firebox and next to the chicken. I also placed apple wood chunks and some palak wood in the fire chamber to add more of that fruity flavor into the chicken. Once you have that smoker upped into temperature and lots of smoke flowing, lay the flattened bird on a smoker rack and place inside the smoker. Now let's do the sauce. Heat the pan, put in some oil, you add some chopped garlic, wait for it to brown a little, and then you add the onions. Now remember the backbone of the chicken that we cut down earlier? We're gonna use that here. It's gonna make a good soup stock. Now mix it thoroughly and add some water and bring it to a boil. Then we add the bay leaves. You let it boil for about 30 minutes to 45 minutes and take off the bones. Simmer the sauce for another 45 to 1 hour until you see a nice color from the thickened sauce. This smells really good. When the sauce is already thickened and you see a nice color, take it off the heat and strain it, and this is what you have. Now we have a nice and thick brushing sauce for our spatchcock chicken. Now you wait for the chicken to brown a little and then you brush it with the sauce. You repeat it on the other side and continue until the internal temperature is about 165 degrees. Now, as I mentioned earlier, cooking a spatchcock chicken will finish quicker since it is flattened. This process of smoking will take about 2 hours and 45 minutes to 3 hours. Now on the second hour, I really like putting some herbs and spices. So I added a little bit of rosemary and thyme on the chicken. It really adds flavor to the chicken. Now a lot of people are asking, what is a spatchcock chicken? Actually, the term spatchcock is like butterflying a chicken. It is when a butcher or chef or a home cook like me removes the backbone of the chicken so that it lays flat and cooks a lot faster. So after about 3 hours, we have the spatchcock chicken. Rest it for about 10 minutes and slice it. Now when slicing, you can portion your slices depending on the number of people you will be serving. Wow, this really smells good. I want to eat it already. But I have to serve this to my hungry family, so I will need a lot more patience with this. Oh, don't forget, the smoked spatchcock chicken is great with Papa Jess barbecue sauce. I hope you enjoyed today's cook, smoked spatchcock chicken. But don't forget, click like and subscribe. This is Papa Jess signing off.